Hello and welcome everyone. Today I'm going to make some sausages. I've already poked one side of them all the way through like this. It helps them cook right through without get them all blown up. So I've got the water already nice and hot here. I got some water in here in the pan. About a ½ inch of water. And this is one of those Rockaware pans, one of those good pans. I did turn it off just while I was setting up my camera here so I could share this with you. This is how I cook my sausage. So I'm going to put them with this side that I've already poked. I'm going to put them that side down, and then I'm going to poke the other side while they're in the pan. So I'm just going to lay them all out in the pan here. And I've turned the pan back on now. And you'll see how nice and brown and caramelized. Oh, I'm supposed to turn them over so I can poke that side. You'll see how nice and caramelized these ones are going to be. I think these ones are honey garlic. Let me check them here in a second. My favorite are honey garlic when it comes to the Canadian type of sausages. These ones are, yes, honey garlic. These are honey garlic. Value size package, not bad. Honey garlic sausages. These are prepared by the butcher of Foodland. And that's how many sausages? I got 8 sausages for $8, so it's like a little bit more than $1 a sausage. It's not bad at all, actually. So we're just gonna let them. I'm gonna put the pan. I'm gonna put the lid on. Bring them to a boil. Actually, right now, what I got to do is poke holes on this side. So I'll just kind of do this. Might have to hold on to them a little bit. You can always use a tongue too to hold them down, or a fork. Just want to get a couple holes on each side so they don't just explode and turn a certain way. They twist a certain way when you don't do it. Now cut yourself. Careful. So now we're just going to let them cook for a little bit. You can always add a little bit of soy sauce to them, which I'm going to do right now. And today I'm actually going to add some peppers and stuff to them. You can do whatever you want. When it comes to sausages, you can create your own stuff here. I'm going to add some little bit of soy sauce to kind of get the flavor of the nice flavor of the soy sauce inside. This is the least. This one is like the one that doesn't have a lot of sodium. And I'm actually also got these beautiful bell peppers here, and we got orange, we got yellow, and we got red. So I'm going to take half of each pepper, each color pepper, and we're going to cut them up into the sausages too. So let me get the cutting board out, and let's do it right here on the table. I mean on the stove here with minimum space, because I am going to be doing the camping thing, so I'm going to have to learn how to cook with very minimum space. I'm going to give them a quick rinse here. Quick wash. You guys know I'm washing it. I need to show you that. I feel like I don't need to show you the washing part of it, but yeah, wash them good. And then we're going to set them right here. Look at this, is nicely boiling now. You can move them around a little bit. You can turn it down a little bit so they can just, like 7 maybe. Let's get the cutting board out. Let's get my cutting board out. I'm going to have to move the camera back a little bit. Perfect. Okay. Grab a knife. And I have a certain knife I like to use, but I can't find that one right now. We're going to use this one. So I'm just going to use half of it, so I'm just going to cut it in half. And this is not how you cut a pepper, but we're just going to use half, so I'm just going to cut it from the top like this. I'll probably save the seeds too. So we're just going to use half pepper. Cut the top. Peppers are good, even raw. This one here has a lot of seeds. Look at them. Now we're just gonna slice some. Gonna eat one. I'm just slicing them like this. And at the end, I'm probably going to cut the sausages up into pieces, so that way I can just cook some rice here. We can put the sausage and the stuff over top of the rice and have our meal. So these ones, I'm not going to put them in yet until it's a little bit more cooked. You can do whatever with sausages. Like, you just do the plain sausages like this too. But I don't like that. I like them all kinds of different ways. Let's turn them over. And we're just going to let them cook with the lid off. By now they kind of cooked through. So evaporate some of the water, turn it back up to the high. And of course we gotta try one of these too. We're gonna wait for that. We're just gonna cook them right now. Let some of that evaporate. Alright, that'll cook. And I'll be right back. What else should I put in here? Alright, I'm going to get the rice ready now. We're going to put this aside. We're going to put these back in the bag and put them in the fridge. We're going to put this over here. And now I'm going to get the rice ready. We're going to cook the rice in this burner. I always have to make sure it's the right one. Alright. I'm going to use this pot to cook the rice. It's a non-stick pot. So we're going to put the pot on here. And then we're just going to cook some plain rice today. So what I'm going to use is just some plain old rice here. We're going to use a measuring cup. Anybody can learn to cook rice. I'll show you today if you don't know how. Alright, so first, we got some smoking going on. Alright, we got to turn the fan on for a minute. I'm going to pause this for a second. Alright, if your burner is smoking and you don't have time to really clean it and it's just smoking, just put a little salt on it. So anyways, I got two different things here. So we're going to measure, first of all, we're going to measure the water and put the water in here so the water can start getting hot. So what I'm going to do is, it's still smoking. Oh, there's a little piece of something over there. Oh, find that was there. Okay, so we're gonna first we're gonna put the water in here. So I'm going to put we're gonna put 4 cups of water. I'm gonna put four cups of water. So that's 2 cups. Four cups about. Okay. So right now I only have the kosher salt, but it doesn't matter. Salt is salt. So when you put it in water, it doesn't matter. So I put a little tiny bit of salt, maybe like a teaspoon of salt in this. Make sure there's no fuzzies in your water. So now we're gonna measure the rice. I have 4 cups of water. I got four cups of water here. So we're gonna do 2 cups of rice. And we're gonna rinse it first. So we're gonna put it in here. Do 2 cups of rice. Or actually, maybe we'll cook all of the rice. I'll just have to add 2 more cups or something, or 1 more cup. So we got 3 cups instead of 2 cups. So I'm gonna have to put another 1.5 cups of water in here. Another 1.5 cups. So let's do that. Got 1.5 cups of water. Now we're gonna rinse this. We're gonna rinse this here. We're gonna rinse this here. All right, now we're gonna rinse them here. We're gonna rinse them a couple times with cold water here. That cold water, just kind of move it around like this so it cleans it. Look at all the white on top. So you just kind of let it run off. You turn this off for a minute. Run it off. Look at all the white. All the starch. That's why your rice will stick if you have too much starch in it. So you do this about 3 times. So you put your hands right in there, move it around, make sure the rice gets the starch off of it. This is how you cook good rice and it won't stick. And you've seen I put a little bit of salt in with the water. And the water is just there getting hot right now. So this is 3 times. Look how white it still is. So this is 3 times. Look how white it is. This is the trick to making good rice if you don't want it to be sticky rice. So now I'm going to do it one more time. This will be the last time I do it. It's kind of still a little bit white. You could do it more if you want it, but this is that means the rice is now clean. And if you're not worried for a little bit of sticky stuff, you can always do it until it's pretty much clear. And it is pretty much clear now. And then you just put the rice. Let's see if we can do this all in one shot. Pause it for a sec. Put this rice in here. We're going to use the spatula, make sure we get it all out. So I'm just going to put you can put a little bit of oil or butter in the water too. But I'm going to wait until I got the rice in there. So we're just going to put the rice all in there. And just always remember, double the water of the rice. Double the water of the rice. That's what you do. And then sausages are cooking nicely over there. Yeah. Shortly I will be cutting them up and then putting that in there. So here's the rice. It's gonna, when you bring it to a boil, rinse it out a little bit. Once you bring this to a boil, you want to turn it off, the heat off, and then close the lid. So let's grab a lid. Let's grab a lid that will fit. That one will fit. It's not the right lid, but so you can always put the lid on now. I'm going to put a little oil in there. I'm going to use some margarine today. Put that in there. It's kind of using up the rest of this margarine that I have. It's kind of maybe like a tablespoon of margarine I put in here. Move it around. And I've already put the salt in there. Now we just waited for it to boil. Just keep an eye on that. I did have it, I didn't have it fully on full blast, but I'll put it on full blast now. And I'm going to cut these up now. You can just leave them full if you want, but I'm going to cut them up and then I'm going to put the peppers in there. And bring this to a boil and then turn it off and wait 10 minutes. The rice will be done. Or put it on low for a few minutes too. But if you leave it on the burner, these burners will stay hot. If you have one of those other stoves, you might want to put it on low if you have gas stove. But if you have one of these stoves that stay hot, you can just leave it on there and turn it off. Alright, let's talk these up. And yes, I cook in my house coat. You might want to put this on the cutting board too, but I just kind of use the other sausages. Cut it on top of that. Just cut them in slices. The inside is still a little bit red. I like my meat cut. Might be quicker if I'd used the cutting board. Maybe I can use a plate. Because it's very hot. The steam is very hot. It doesn't have to be perfect cuts either. This is going to be a video that is just made without any tricks or anything. Hopefully it's not too long. 18 minutes? That's like real time how long it takes to make this supper. Oh, it's boiling, I think, now. You can turn it off. I'm going to let it kind of... It's starting to boil. I'm just going to finish cutting the sausages and then turn the rice off. It's in here. You can always add broccoli too. I have broccoli. I might add some broccoli. Oops. Also have some cherry tomatoes. I'll use them. Kind of make up whatever vegetables you like to put in there. See, after a while, it brownens up and the sausages absorb all that beautiful sauce. This is not the best knife, but it works. I have two good paring knives. And one is in my camping kit, and the other one is in the sink. Or not in the sink, but dirty. Alright, finally cut them all up. I'm going to use that plate after. Going to move them around a little bit here. Look at this. It's already, and if you want to, you can always add some browning sauce, which it looks like this. It doesn't have any flavor really, it's just browning sauce. And it's for sauteing. You can always do that. I didn't really, these ones are already flavored, so I didn't really add anything really. The soy sauce. I'm just going to leave them, and now we're going to check the rice, which is kind of boiling now. So I think with the full cooked rice, I think we have to put it on low. I'm going to put it on low for a bit, and then turn it off. We'll see how it turns out. I forget how I did it. I think just leave it on low for a bit once it's boiling, and then leave the lid on for about 5 minutes. Let's set timer for 5 minutes. Alright, I'm going to pause this video for a minute and I'll be back. Look at these guys. Oh, now I'm going to put the right now I'm going to put the peppers in here actually. Time to put the peppers in. Put these peppers. Almost forgot. Ate one. And yeah, you don't have to add any more salt. This will be perfect. I'm just going to turn it down a little bit. Cook them just a few minutes. And then I think I need to bring the rice to a boil again. I think the rice, this is like, still got a lot of water. Maybe I put too much water in them. No, maybe not. The rice is not boiling as much as I would like it to boil. I want it to boil a little more. So I just turned it up a little bit. Bring it to a boil one more time, turn it off. And it's almost done here too. Kind of made like a saute. Actually, what other thing I'm going to put on here is those chestnut thing, whatever they call them. Hold on, I got thing of them just because I want it. I love those. I love those things. These things. Sliced water chestnuts. I love them. So we're going to put chestnuts in there. The top are, there was two on the top that are kind of like bad. Look at this one. And this one. Make sure there's no other ones that are bad. The rest looked good. I like these things. I like them in saute. Make sure there are no other bad ones in there. That looks not bad. I gotta pick through them. Wow, look at this. That's why I don't like canned food. This is not how I remember them when you eat them in a Chinese store. I don't know, there's like bad ones in there. They don't look good to me. I have to add a little more soy sauce. Oh, it's boiling. I gotta turn this off. The rice is boiling now. Look at that. I'm gonna give it one more stir, and then I'm gonna just turn it off. I just turned it off. I'm just gonna leave the lid on it. And finish putting these in there, the ones that are not bad. Oh, a weird looking one. That one's bad too. This is why I don't like canned food, y'all. And I work in a canning place. Okay. Ow! I just cut myself with a stupid can. I just cut myself. Okay, we're gonna put them in there. And it's bleeding. Look at this. Cut myself with a can. Little finger. My finger. Okay. Okay. This is all almost done here. Looks good. I'm gonna grab some more soy sauce and then take care of my boo-boo. Alright. Add a little more soy sauce to this. Alright, bring it up to a high stir fry. There, there's our stir fry. Stir fry Anna style. Alright, the rice will be done, this will be done, and I will be back when I got the plate going.